Hello, I am the Infinity Theorist Quick Spin-off Enthusiast, and welcome back to low-quality videos where I am not doing scripts, and instead, I am just going to use my notes from the episode. This is a terrible idea, but I need to get work done, and so yeah. So I do have the start of a script, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and say the intro to that script, so that way I can get everything ready. So, hello, I'm the Infinity Theorist, Quake Spin-off Enthusiast, and What If gave us T'Challa as Star-Lord, and I think that's great. We get to see Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa again. We all miss him. May he rest in power, a real-life inspiration, a king. Okay, so I'll be talking about some things you may have missed in the episode, what I thought of it, and more in my review and analysis. Episode 2. So, anyways, let's start with the things you may have missed. As always. First, let's start with the obvious. The Star-Lord scene recreated with T'Challa. In Guardians of the Galaxy, Peter Quill says that there is one name Korath might know him by. Star-Lord. In that scene, Korath replies with, "Who?" And that made for a funny scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. In What If, however, he refers to T'Challa as Star-Lord when T'Challa says the same thing, showing that Korath actually has heard of him, which is kind of the reverse effect of Peter Quill's Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, and even better, T'Challa actually kind of, acts humbly and doesn't really, live up to, doesn't really, like the name, and so it's really interesting. I like it. After that scene, T'Challa escapes with the Power Stone, and, but there's an army outside, and T'Challa has his own little catchphrase now, and it's "A Ravager never flies solo," which is what ended up calling Yondu to pick up T'Challa. And apparently Korath, who has been hired by T'Challa now. That's cool. So Yondu's back. That's fun. Okay, so the Watcher then cuts back to 1988 when T'Challa was a little boy, and they show what happened. So basically what happened was Yondu picked up the wrong child. Well, not Yondu, but Yondu's crew picked up the wrong child. And instead of Peter Quill, they picked up T'Challa. And now Peter Quill is still on Earth in Missouri, living a normal life. And T'Challa is up in space, being a Ravager and stuff. So now that's fun, and that's cool. And yeah, that's cool. They did talk about Peter Quill, but, they couldn't pick him up because they got the wrong kid, and then they ended up not picking up the kid. And I don't know, what did Ego think of that, is what I'm wondering. When they cut back to the present, which is, I think, 2008, I did the math, and I think it said, 20 years later, and that is 2008, which is interesting, because Guardians of the Galaxy takes place in 2014. Alright, anyway, they come back to the present. They're in that snowy planet I forget the name of, and they say that it never hurts to hurt a Skrull, of course, being those green shapeshifters, and that's interesting. That's a reference to those things. It is revealed that T'Challa talked Thanos down in his genocidal plans, and so it was that easy to stop Thanos from just killing half the universe. Okay, T'Challa is good in this. He's a good person, and he actually talked Thanos down. Thanos, the genocidal maniac, the Mad Titan. T'Challa, Star-Lord, talked Thanos down and told him, basically, hey, you don't have to kill everybody. And that made Thanos not kill everybody. And that is incredible. And Thanos says that he's a good enough man to admit when he's wrong, and all you needed was a good argument. So that's cool. He also says that it was efficient, his genocidal plans. Captain Genocide says it's efficient. That's the thing Korath calls him. And yeah, it's not genocide if it's random. That was funny. Okay. So Yeah, so Star-Lord saved Drax's family and planets. That's cool. Yeah. Also, Nebula Had Hair, which is something that I'm a little confused about. Like, since when does Nebula have hair? I don't know. It was a little weird, but yeah, it's fine. She talks to T'Challa, and you can kind of see some chemistry going on there, which is interesting. But yeah, she came up with the theory that he lost his home because Yondu lied to him about Wakanda being destroyed, and instead saves other people's homes, which is really a nice. T'Challa in this episode is amazing. Anyway, so then they have the Embers of Genesis. They talk about the Embers of Genesis and how that can save a bunch of worlds, and then this is where Captain Genocide comes in. Korath calls Thanos Captain Genocide. Yeah. So anyway, the Collector has the Embers of Genesis, and he is the kingpin of the intergalactic underworld. And focus on the word kingpin, because isn't that a Marvel villain? Doesn't he come out in Daredevil? I haven't seen Daredevil, actually. I really want to. But yeah, and he's supposed to come back in Hawkeye. Anyway, so yeah, so then, yeah, the Collector does not offer dental. Yondu compares T'Challa to Robin Hood. Turns out the Collector now has the Black Order as security, which is interesting. The Black Order, of course, being Thanos' army, which, like, Corvus Glaive and Ebony Maw and those people, you know those people. And then they have the plan scene, the weirdest, like, you know how in every show they have those plan scenes where they talk about the plan as they're kind of doing it? I don't know. I really don't like those scenes, which is, I don't know why. They're just not fun to me. They're supposed to be fun, but they're not fun to me. But they have that in here. Yeah. So then, don't call Thanos Captain Genocide again. What could go wrong? So at the Collector's place, T'Challa finds Howard the Duck, and Howard the Duck talks about cosmic flora and fauna, frost giants, and Cronins. So, frost giants, of course, being the species Loki is. Loki's a frost giant. He comes from Jotunheim. And Cronins are those rock creatures from, what is it called? The Dark World, and also Ragnarok, what's his name? Korg. Yeah, Korg is a Cronin, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Korg is a Cronin. Interesting. Yeah. So that's cool. Cronins are the rock creatures. Like, they're like people made of rocks. It's interesting. Also, they come out in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, apparently. Okay. And then there's Elvish literature. Interesting. So elves exist, obviously. The Dark Elves exist. Then, when you're out of luck, always go duck. T'Challa finds a Wakandan spacecraft. And interesting, there's a hologram. Nebula, and then betrays because she apparently had a debt. And then Yondu and T'Challa talk about how Yondu lied to T'Challa about Wakanda being destroyed. It's family stuff, apparently. That's what Taserface said. I think it was Taserface, right? Yeah. Hero, and then Yondu, Yondu says that T'Challa's an explorer like him, but, and then T'Challa then starts, saying that the Ravagers aren't actually his family, because they just, yeah. Anyway, T'Challa tells the Collector, after the Collector puts T'Challa in one of his cages, T'Challa says that history has not looked kindly on people who put other people in cages, which, okay, yeah, that's true. People do not like those kinds of people. Nebula is a triple agent. She triple-crossed everyone, and interesting. And she also got the Embers of Genesis. Yeah. Okay. So then later, there's a fight between T'Challa and the Collector. And the Collector apparently has Korg's arm, which is interesting. like literally an annoying Cronin is what he calls him, I think. And it's Korg's arm, so that's interesting. Or talkative or something like that, yeah. He also has a dark elf dagger. He has dark elf love. That's a reference to Loki because love is a dagger. Anyway, he also has Captain America's shield and Jonathan, or Mjolnir, for those of you who haven't seen that clip. That is, Jonathan is what Paul Rudd calls Thor's hammer in an interview from Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, but yeah, Mjolnir. How did the Collector of all people even like get Mjolnir? Where did he get it from? Okay, he also has Hela's helmet, and he says that she had taste with the helmet. He also has her Necro sword, and he killed the goddess of death, and apparently Thor and Captain America and Korg. This guy's overpowered. Okay, then. Actually, how did he get... If this takes place in 2008, Captain America wasn't unfrozen yet, was he? Huh. Does it take place in... I'm confused. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Guardians of the Galaxy theme plays when they plant the embers on Nowhere, so that's cool. Oh yeah, the Collector gets collected. He gets trapped in one of his own boxes, and so in my notes I wrote Collector collected. That's fun. Oh yeah, Korean frees all the prisoners, and then they take to the skies. They free Cosmo the dog, that Russian dog that was sent on the spaceship. That's cool. And then T'Challa says that Yondu took Cosmo because he always had a soft spot for runaways, of course referring to T'Challa himself. And then they take T'Challa home to Wakanda to meet his family finally. And then Thanos is there talking to the Dora Milaje, saying, like, it's not genocide because it's random and efficient, I might add. And so that's fun. Thanos... this Thanos is like is such a fun character, and just when I saw the episode for the first time, he just came out randomly, and it was such a weird thing, but it's like, this version of Thanos is great. Anyway, okay, and so yeah, they talk about like how all the experiences in space, and it's really fun. And then 80s pops music starts playing, and you know where that's going. Peter Quill works at Dairy Queen. Peter Quill works at that same Dairy Queen that was shown at the end of... Or no, not the end. Well, yeah, towards the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, whenever they were fighting Ego, and he was, like, already, like, planting himself in other places, and then things started happening. And yeah, that Dairy Queen, that's where Peter Quill works. And so Ego apparently is going to end the world now. And then, here's the best part. The credits start rolling. And this is the best part of the episode. Here it is. Okay. They dedicated the episode to Chadwick Boseman with this quote. Dedicated to our friend, inspiration, and our hero, Chadwick Boseman. And that is such a good quote, and it's like, okay, he was an inspiration. He was a great guy. This is so sad what happened. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we all miss Chadwick Boseman. He was a real life inspiration. He we miss him. We all miss him. We miss Black Panther. He was a real life like king. He was a king. He was inspiration. He was a hero. He was a real life hero. He was great. He inspired so many people to be just better and be, he inspired people to be better. He kind of stood up for other people, and he was, like, just by making the Black Panther movie, he stood up for other people, and he was a great person. Okay, let's have a little moment of silence, and then we'll continue the video. Okay, so this might be a weird place to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and, you know those little like self promos that I do in the middle of my videos? Yeah, well, I am going to do that now. So before we get into the review, I would like to mention that I have a podcast. It's called Infinity Theorist Unscripted Rants, or ITUR for short. I mostly talk about fandom, but sometimes I'll go off topic or just, plain not know what to talk about. Don't worry, you'll get used to that. It's available wherever you get your podcasts, and there's a link to it in the description. Hey, while you're done in the description, let me tell you about Infinity 600, a project for a world record. It's a project I created as a kind of internet community thing. There will be 600 participants, and every participant will contribute 1 hour of footage that will be edited into the longest video on YouTube. If that sounds interesting to you, sign up. It's completely free, and the full rules are on the website. Just a few more things in the description: my live channel, my Instagram, and my TikTok. And also, my book, but we'll get to that in a second. I do live stream sometimes, but, very, very rarely. I haven't done one since, January. And I also very rarely post on TikTok. I do post on Instagram, but, not very often. I think I do post on Instagram and TikTok about as often as each other. And, yeah. And so, also, one more thing in the description. It's my book. I wrote a book. It's called Peter AI, The Search for the Globe of Earth. It's an adventure book, and it's just, it's really cool, and now I have that published, and that self-published through Barnes & Noble Press, and the link to that is down in the description if you want to buy it. So yeah, okay, and now for the review. First, the title review, which is, what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? Okay, I like how it implies that there are multiple Star-Lords, because it's what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? Well, I don't know if I like that, actually. I'm kind of split on that title, and so, I'm split on the title because it's you're saying there's multiple. You're also saying, it kind of devalues things a little bit. I don't know. But, okay. Also, T'Challa being Star-Lord makes, little side note, T'Challa being Star-Lord doesn't really make sense because, that was, Peter Quill's mother's nickname for Peter, right? And so it would, where would they get the name Star-Lord from? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so the name, it's a what-if title, so of course it's just going to be a normal, what if this? What-if titles are pretty easy to talk about, but, yeah, we'll get back to that, what I just said in a minute. But yeah, so I'll just give this title 99 out of 100. I'll knock it down for the A, I guess, for the what if T'Challa became a Star-Lord. Well, yeah, I'll knock it down, just 99 out of 100. Okay. And now for the review of the episode. So I did like the episode. It was a good episode. I really, I think this could have been, an actual, Guardians of the Galaxy type film. It was Guardians of the Galaxy and Black Panther, and it was really good. And, yeah, I also have to do say, the T'Challa being Star-Lord doesn't make sense. Where would they get the name from? How did T'Challa have the name Star-Lord? Okay, it's confusing. But yeah, other than that, it was a really good episode. I really very much enjoyed it. And so I'll just give this episode a nice 96 out of 100. It's a really good episode. That averages out to 97.5 out of 100. A very, very good score. All right. So that is everything that I have for you today. I hope you... I'm sorry, this is a very low-effort video. I'm just trying to finish, catch up with work. I have a lot of videos to catch up on, so I'm doing it unscripted. This is going to be like this for the next few videos, probably the rest of the what if videos, and then I might have 1 or 2 scripted videos, and then I'm just going to keep doing unscripted until I finally catch up, and then once I do finally catch up, don't worry, I'll go back to regular scripted videos. But yeah, that's on my part. I'm sorry. I've been putting it off for so long. This is months late, and thank you for being so understanding. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you so much if you made it this far. Because seriously, I know this is very low effort. It's worse than my normal videos, which is kind of saying something. But yeah, that's just me kind of rushing. I do have notes though, so I was kind of going off the notes and I was trying to talk about my notes, and that's what I was doing. But yeah, I'm sorry. It's going to be like this for a little bit. I will get back to normal videos as soon as I can, but I just have to catch up on all these things, and yeah, and I do have to do a lot of other stuff. But yeah, thank you for making it all the way to the end. And so, that's all I have for you today. If you want to watch another video, you can click the top left, top right, or bottom left corner of the screen. The bottom left corner of the screen, I'm pretty sure will have a playlist to all of my reviews of movies and TV shows. And then, but before you do that, you should click the bottom right corner of the screen so you can subscribe to this channel and then see more videos like this. And you can be notified when I actually, post a good video or post a video with a script. And you can see all that stuff. And trust me, you can look back at the older videos, like literally like 1 or 2 videos before this had a script. So you can just look at those. Those are probably a lot better than this one right now. And so yeah, that's everything I have for today. Thank you for being so understanding and making it to the end. Goodbye.